I'm David.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to be here with you, Dean Chen.
Yeah.
I'm a big lover of Chinese nightlife, so I'm very excited to ask you 3 questions about it. So my first question is it true that there are really a lot of fake drinks in Chinese nightclubs?
No. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, it was the case. But in the last 10 years, as Chinese people tasted getting higher and higher, there are very few fake drinks in Chinese clubs. Perhaps it's still a problem in some smart cities, since no cities can completely eliminate fake drinks. But in the big cities, there was almost no fake drinks. If government catch you selling fake drinks, the cost of breaking the law is high. They will fine you or even shut you down. So nowadays, when you go to the club in China, don't worry, just drink it, just enjoy it.
Oh, that's really interesting. It's good to know that I can go out and not really have to worry about drinking safely. My second question is actually, why is it that Chinese people seem to like champagne so much? Abroad, we seem to drink more beer and vodka or cocktails, but here people really like champagne, right?
It's not all Chinese nightclubs are meant for selling champagne. Only in the first tier cities, in the big nightclub, champagne is top. The real reason is that the investment of the big nightclub is higher, in the tens of millions of dollars. So it's difficult to recover the cost if we only sell the cocktails and beer. Therefore, it's not just that Chinese people like to drink champagne, but the managers of big nightclubs are more willing to sell champagne,
Oh, great. Well, that's a really good insight. I hadn't really thought about it from the business perspective. I guess since the clubs here are so big, it must be extremely expensive, so it makes sense that they need to maximize their profits and sell the most expensive drinks. So I guess that's why most people do drink champagne. That makes very good sense. My third question is, why don't Chinese people like to dance at clubs? For Westerners, it's about having a couple drinks and then going to dance and relax. But in China, people like to get tables and sit down. Why is that?
First of all, because more seats means more income. Even if it will sacrifice part of the guest experience. Most nightclubs owners in China do it for business, not for fun. Secondly, the difference between Chinese and foreigners is that the Chinese are naturally shy, so they would rather dance in their seats than on the dance floor.
I think it's very dangerous. Because you easy to drink, you drink a lot. When you're drunk.
Do you like to go in nightclub in China? What's your favorite thing in nightclub?
Yeah, I really do actually. I think the nightclubs in China are very exciting. They are much bigger and just much more beautifully designed than nightclubs abroad. So that's kind of what makes them exciting. Every time there's like a big show happening.
What are the difference between foreigners, especially European and Chinese, in the terms of consumption in club?
I guess probably the biggest difference is that European people in particular, but generally Westerners, they'll go to a club with a group of friends and go right to the bar. And the bar is packed with people buying drinks and shots and beers. And so it will be very busy there. And then the dance floor is just a huge space of people drinking and dancing. Whereas in Chinese clubs, people tend to get tables more. And so they're not actually spending much time at the bar and having just cocktails and drinks, but they are having bottles. And so they will drink a lot of champagne, as it is, and they will mix their own drinks. One thing that I see very commonly also is that here people like to drink very more expensive drinks. They will mix them. Whereas in the West, if they're at the clubs, often the vodkas or the whiskey brands is very low level to mix. Otherwise, they will only buy champagne to drink on its own.
Thank you. Cheers.